What's happening, guys? This week behind me is a 2010 Audi S3, another car belonging to the same mate who had the Corsa in the last video. So we're going to be doing a full recommissioning on it, brakes, suspension, and you would have seen in the intro there out in the driveway that the back end's sitting pretty low. So, and it's not meant to be like that, funny enough, even though we will be putting some lowering springs on it. But there's a serious suspension failure on the back end that we'll get into. And then after that, it'll be timing belt, water pump, and a full going over, just making sure it's good for an MOT pass. So, aye, let's get into it. So I've only got the rear end up in there tonight just because I won't have time. I probably won't have time to get the whole rear end done here. But we're aiming to get the rear disc and pads done, get the rear shocker changed. And as you can see, the rear control arm is absolutely shat itself. So that's the issue that we had with the rear end sitting so low. So we'll be getting both control arms changed on either side, and we'll just, that's one less job to do. That's one spring out. So aye, we'll get cracked on and head over to the parts pound. So we've got our H&R lowering springs, the rear lower arms, Audi DS rear disc and pads, Audi DS front disc and pads, Bosch water pump kit, Gates timing belt kit, Bosch spark plugs, Vika filter kit. I think that's got the cabin, air and oil and fuel filter, so that all the filters will be getting replaced. 4 Coney shocks, Bilstein top mounts. So just a wee backstory into this car is it's been off the road since the start of the year, start of April time I think it was, and we're now in the start of December. So it's had a good wee while sitting about not doing anything, so that's why we're replacing all the brakes and the springs and the shocks. But the main reason why it was off the road was because of that suspension arm. So we've got all these parts unboxed now. I'm going to quit talking shite now, and we'll get cracked on and start working away. We have run into our first problem. Up here is the camber adjustment bolt for the arm. There, we've already got that arm out. We're just having issues because we've taken the nut off and the bolt is actually seized into the pin in the centre of the bush. So we'll be getting the grinder out and cutting that out, and we'll also be attacking these bolts with the grinder as well because that bracket hasn't came on the new one. So we'll just be replacing these bolts with new ones that we've got on the shelf. But aye, first problem that we've run into, but what did we expect in a rusty old dog like this? There we go, the arm is off, and what an absolute state it's in. It's absolutely made of Weetabix. But we'll get that bracket off shortly. But next up is the shocker, 2 bolts in the top mount, then the single bolt there. We'll get that replaced, get the new shocker on, and then get the new arm with the new spring on, and that should be it. We're just about ready to go all back together now. We've got the new shocker with the new top mount. Had to reuse the bump stop and just the cover there. New rear spring, new lower control arm, and new camber bolt because we had to cut the old one off. But so that's pretty much it. got a wee bit ahead of myself there and completely forgot that this was the last corner of the rear brakes to do, and I was going to film it and I forgot. So as you can see, I've stripped most of it down, and then I've just realised that I wasn't filming. So we'll keep going for here, get it stripped down and get these brakes replaced, and then that is us done for the night. And that is us. The rear end is all built back up. All new suspension arm, spring, shocker, new discs and pads. And we even got the other side all built up. And she's looking sweet. So I'm just going to end this video here, folks. Just keep it nice and short for the rear axle. This car is just going to be a 3-part short video series, just rear axle, front axle, engine service, timing belt and water pump, and then there's a couple of wee things that I found on it, like the wiring for the driver's door. It's all a way to buggery, so that will need cut out and resoldered and tidied up just to get the windows working and the electrics and the door working. So I'll end this video here. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave us a wee like, comment what you think, whether it's good or bad, anything I can change. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave us a wee subscribe as well. That'll be much appreciated. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in part 2. See you later on.